will get out. Eventually.
Right, here we go. Yeah, so I'll just run through this one then. Can you see that okay?
Yeah. I'll need mine.
There are glasses on the side there. They're mine. On the...
You can't borrow mine, Doug, otherwise I won't be able to see.
No, that's alright, I've got mine here.
Right,
This
there
is
we
the
go.
one that you sent us,
Yep.
yeah? Yeah, we went through it.
So, flexible. Yeah.
Yeah, from here.
It just says,
Yeah.
So, if you've received an illustration from any mortgage lender, they should all be set out in the same form
No,
to make it pretty easy to understand.
Yeah, yours is the only one that...
So we recommend, having assessed your needs, obviously when I took all the information the other day, that this is the best mortgage for you. It's more lifetime mortgages, designed to run for the rest of your life. Obviously, the security on your home.
Well, I did, but I didn't. It didn't register because we looked this morning. We went through it. I said I can't find anywhere.
Make you owe is usually paid back from the proceeds of the sale of your home on your death or the last. If something happened, they're not going to come and say you have to do
No,
that.
I wouldn't like it because I wouldn't go quickly or easily.
Well, we wouldn't take it out if it...
No,
No, obviously. So if you move home as well, you can take it with you, so it's portable, just in case you decide to move, or sheltered accommodation, long-term care where the house has to be sold, so it's repayable then. Obviously, if you decide you don't want it any longer, you can pay it back. It would be, if you paid the whole thing back, it would be subject to an early repayment charge, possibly, which I'll use in a minute. But you can pay back if you wanted to, up to 10% per annum.
Same as a mortgage again.
Yeah, so very, very flexible nowadays.
Yeah.
So you need to estimated value of your home, 180.
Do you think you're going to get away with that?
The worst thing that can happen, Doug, just say they come round and say it's valued at 170, the loan will be a little bit lower.
Yeah, that's
Right.
it. Yeah.
But say it's worth a try. Seeing that,
If you
Bupa
don't
says
ask, you
180.
don't get.
No. So as I said, the worst thing could happen if they come round and say, well, where they get the information from, if it's recently sold for 165, that's what it's worth. Right, then they would just reduce the loan slightly.
Yeah, because there's one round the corner which is exactly the same as this, inside. That's up to 167.
Yeah, as I said, that's the worst thing that can happen.
Yeah.
The loan will reduce by a little bit.
Yeah.
So based on that, they'll lend you 57,600. That's the maximum that they'll lend. You would lend at a rate that would be a lot less. Or I could get you a little bit more. I mentioned that tonight.
Yeah, you said.
But the interest rate would be that much higher.
Yeah, I think that's enough.
Yeah, it makes a difference about 3,000.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, to me, to be honest with you, I think that's quite high rate.
Yeah, so I think the other one was 6.79.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so
that's the best overall deal.
Really, that was the best you could get.
For that amount, yeah, you could get lower than that.
Yeah.
But the loan would be that much lower.
Right.
There we go, estimated term. There's only an estimated term of 25 years.
Yeah.
Remember, the term of this lifetime mortgage is not fixed. It could be longer or shorter.
Right.
25 years. That answers that. There we go. So 5.2%, which is fixed for life.
You reckon that that's a good rate?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you could get 3.8, something like that, but the maximum loan would be about 30,000.
Right.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Criteria. Right, here we go. So Legal and General are part of the Equity Release Council, which these are minimum requirements. No negative equity guarantee. So even if house prices crashed, the
Yeah,
loan can
sure.
never be more than the value of the property. Okay. Right to reside, there you go, Julie, so you're safe there.
That's all right then. I've got my name there yet.
You can live here for the rest of your lives, and it's affordable if you did decide to move. You don't plan to make any payments, but optional partial repayments. You can repay up to 10% per annum penalty-free, and there's the Equity Release Council. Independent legal advice, one of their requirements as well is that you have to have independent legal advice, or a firm written off. The ones we use will give you independent legal advice as well. Their head office is in Liverpool, so you don't expect them to travel in Liverpool. But they used to travel around and actually visit clients, but on the logistics and all that. Sometimes they appoint a local agent, so they'll have a solicitor in Altman. Okay. So you have to go and see them perhaps. I don't know who it'll be. And then they'll make sure that you're capable of making decisions, things like that. Because sometimes you can imagine there's no age limit on this. Somebody could be in the 90s or whatever.
Yeah.
Then you can make sure they're capable of making a decision. They fully understand what they're doing, etc. All right. So
So,
that's a requirement of the equity.
so we have to go and see solicitors.
Yep. You don't have to do anything.
Oh,
they
we know.
they will write to you and say, look, it's impractical for us to keep travelling down or whatever. They may do, but we've appointed a local specialist agent. Okay, as just to give you that independent legal advice.
Oh, you was that?
No, I'm not a solicitor.
Oh, I see a legal.
That's a solicitor. Yeah.
Right, solicitor.
So one of the requirements of the Equity Release Council is you have to have independent legal advice.
So what I'm saying then, I'll make myself very clear. I think. We have to go and see a solicitor then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't have to find one or anything like that.
No,
They
but
will write you.
no, it's not what I'm saying. Listen to me. What I'm trying to say is we have to go and see a solicitor for this.
Prior to completion,
Yes.
they have to sign a certificate to say that they've given you independent legal advice. And
So
partial
what are
legal
they going to
advice.
say to it?
Just explain everything the same as I am now. Make sure you're competentous, you're capable of making decisions,
Oh,
and things like
I
that.
don't get that. But
No, that's a requirement to that.
yes, I understand that, but I don't understand why it's a requirement.
Well, imagine some people, like I said, if they're that much
Okay.
older, maybe they may, to make sure they have the capacity to make a decision, things like that. Imagine somebody could be 95. You know what I mean? So it's for your
Right.
protection.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Some people in that situation could be a little bit
Yeah,
vulnerable, couldn't they?
I understand
I
what
see
you're
what I
saying.
mean?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
But somebody
Yeah, just to make sure it's explained
yeah,
from
so
a legal.
somebody, so say like for argument's sake,
I had one the other day, for example. This is in Exeter. The solicitor appointed a 24 Ashford in Exeter. Wrong there. The person who just run through, make sure they're capable of making a decision, and then they understand everything from a legal perspective. But it's a mortgage case. Right?
Yeah.
But that's a requirement
That's
of
why I
the
don't
Equity Release
understand.
Council.
It's just a mortgage.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand why we have to go down there and say we're not.
No, because it's for
well, that's what it
Yeah.
comes out of to me. I'll be plain about.